second here, folks. Sorry about that. All right. All right. Well, that was not the desired result. So I was trying to do multiple cameras, but as you can see, I had feedback between the two. I'm assuming you guys can hear me now, okay, without the echoing, because the dogs heard the echoing. As you could tell, they freaked out. Hey, Luna, what are you doing? Anyway, all right. Who's joined me today? I saw. Hey, Joe. And Magic, coffee break. Check back later. Hey, thank you, Magic. Hey, Loretta. And okay, thank you. So no feedback now. Cool. All right. Well, we're gonna have to improvise then because I kind of killed the. Well, I guess I can turn the light this way, and we can see what I'm doing over here. So, folks, how's everyone doing today? This is completely unofficial, off-schedule live stream. So, I am today doing my. I try to do a little bit of a prep every week, and this week's prep is. I was dehydrating and I found chicken on sale. I have to feed this bastard in my days. He's been in rare form lately, hasn't he, Joe? Joe's been having fun with that. So I did I had some veggies that were taking up space in the freezer, so I dehydrated those. These are broccoli, and according to my daughter, the broccoli is absolutely yummy for dogs. So who is that? No, I think he's referring to his parental unit. I think Joe may have bailed out. He may be battling that at the moment. So let me see if you guys. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here. But so I picked up some chicken on sale. I just figured I'd show you guys because I don't know what y'all's price is, but this is your generic chicken breast from HEB, and it used to be $1.99. And oh, sorry. And this one is $3.49 a pound, which is absolutely blows my mind. That's super freaking expensive, y'all. This stuff is just awful. That's just depressing. So bear with me for a second. What I'm going to do is, hey, preparedness veteran. Yeah, Papa's giving him a. Yeah, that's Joe's been having a battle with his old man this week in particular. So I figured I'd let you guys kind of chat with me. How's everyone doing this week? This is I have absolutely no agenda. Dementia is a pain, yeah. So yeah, and you see, and so he's not. Has it been classified, Joe? If you don't want to share that on the chat, that's fine. We can catch up in the other stuff. You guys bear with me for a sec. I'm going to try and get that other camera so you can see what I'm doing. Apparently, corgis decide that they just need to herd other dogs if there's nothing else to herd. So, at least his foot is healing, contrary to my foot doctor with a hyphenated last name. Prepper projects on the go. Preparedness veteran, that's actually what I was going to show, but I tried to do a dual camera deal, and it didn't quite work as I thought it would, so I got to play with the software a little more. Unfortunately, the way this software is set up, the only way you can actually test it is to start a live, which was fine. Let me see if I can get this external camera going. And that would make everyone's life a little easier. You can see what the hell I'm doing here. So bear with me just a second more. So yeah, I'm dehydrating, and I'm gonna Loretta, Joe, everybody. Hey, Arkansas. What happened, copy? All Papa's giving him a hard time. Oh, that's tough. Agenda free is good. Yeah, I figured. So we haven't even quit playing. I'm going to take over the world. Ooh, I don't have my sinister laugh now. It is a guard corgi. Actually, it's a mobile combat potato today. I don't know what happened, but we let the Papillon out to go pee, and the corgis were hiding behind the couches, and that poor Papillon came running through, and they just bushwhacked his ass. They kicked his butts all the way. My current project is to zero. I cannot find one of those, but I found an SU-16, the Keltec carbine with the fold-up stock, and someone wanted to buy it off me, and I'm like, I mean, it's not an AR, it's not like a service or outdoor rifle, but it's plenty good enough to stick in a backpack in a bind. I know we're in the corgi brains. So let's see, I'm going to switch cameras here. So I'm going to stop my camera, and hopefully I don't stop the whole thing here. Oh, sorry. Jackson, if you don't hush, I'm going to put you in timeout. Oh, duh, sorry. It's a blinding light. There we go. All right, can you guys see me now? All right, so I can do two cameras, but not simultaneously. Okay, good deal. So preparedness veteran, just to answer your earlier question. So I started dehydrating. I found some, so I'm picking a project. Oh, sorry, what camera's too low. So I'm picking a project every weekend. Something that'll take me a couple hours, won't make me crazy, and I focus on that topic. And it could be as simple as, oh, I need AA batteries. So I go hunt for AA's, find a good deal, get a bunch, put them in my little battery thing, and off I go. This time I was cleaning the freezer and the fridge behind me, and we had a bunch of crap in there. And some of it I just threw out because it was getting kind of frostbitten and effed up. And it was stuff that I had stored prior. But I found some frozen veggies, and I'm like, oh, shit. When they do the packed veggies, the frozen packed veggies, with this kind of stuff, in order to freeze them and freeze them the way they do, they have to cut them, and then they have to blanch them as part of the process. So this is actually ready to go into a dehydrator. You don't need to blanch it or anything. Same with the frozen strawberries and some other stuff. So I had one small bag of broccoli that I don't know where the hell I bought it from. I was probably actually going to cook with it, and I forgot I had it. So, hey, thanks, Loretta. Yeah, any other content creators, please throw their stuff in there. By the way, this is actually not a bad snack for dogs. I asked my daughter, and broccoli, obviously you give them a bunch of broccoli, they'll get fat and they'll fart. And it's ugly farts. But a little treat, actually someone heard the crinkle, now they're kind of hovering around me. But, so yeah, so a color drop, I'll show you the dehydrator I got. It's not a fancy one. I don't know if you guys can see that. I can't zoom it, so. This is a Hamilton Beach, dehydrated, warm on the sides. I got this for 25 bucks from a neighbor who is a hunter. Normally they go for about 50, 60. And then they have a really bougie one that runs a lot more. But I figured instead of letting it thaw and then it gets ugly, green beans are actually an excellent snack reward. That's absolutely right. So, hey, Arkansas. Yeah, M. Carver does have good stuff. Doggies love me. Yeah. Rifleman Joe. That would be a good one, copycat. So these chicken breasts are actually like super large. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to meal prep these. I'm going to leave a couple out for later. And that'll be, I'm going to cut them and butterfly. These, you can't have raw chicken. You'll get the shits, and then I'll pay for it. For those of you wondering who I'm talking to, it's, let's see, there she is. Strawberry potato. She's snack hunting right now, so the only thing she's hurting is stuff to eat. So they know when I'm in this corner of the kitchen, it's like, that's the dad food area. Thank you, Loretta. So I did learn something. So the chicken, for whatever reason, is the chicken breasts themselves are massive. And I realized, and I guess it's one of those corrective things. I mean, look at the size of that chicken breast. I don't know what damn turkey or pterodactyl this came from, but I took a little bit of that fat off here. Stop freaking out. Go over there. Go fight someone. Go get the ball. Go on. Now the other one's looking for a snack. I attracted all of them. But these are way too big. You're watching a slash. Yeah. All fun and games. I go, wheat until I cut my fingers on live YouTube. I actually found that when I butterfly them, we can get 2 meals out of one chicken breast because these things are freaking huge. And then I'm throwing them into the food saver, and I'm just putting garlic and herb. It's real simple. Use Mrs. Dash. You can throw salt and pepper on there. I'll probably throw a little not rock salt. Good Lord. Sea salt, rock salt. So, hey, Canal Peppers. Bienvenido, señor. ¿Cómo estás? Glad you made it, brother. By the way, check out his channel as well. It's really cool to see preparedness groups and movements in Argentina. I think there's a guy out of Brazil I've seen recently. There's a lot of new content, and I think it's good that preparedness folks across the world kind of start working together and start learning lessons, because you'll see things in Argentina you won't see in the US and vice versa. But anyway, this is a massive amount of chicken, and we found out we'd make dinner, and I'd do one of these for me and one for Sassy. And hey, Sherry. Hey, thank you, Loretta. You beat me to it. I was about to ask if you could share his link. That have breasts so big the chickens ate the size of small turkeys. Yeah. I assume you meant are the size. They didn't eat the small turkeys, because that would basically be a pterodactyl. But yeah, if you find something on sale, so this was $4.99 a pound, it went to $3.49, which sucks because like a year ago it was $1.99 a pound. But so instead of just getting 6 or 8 meals out of it, I'm gonna get 16, and I just got to put them in the freezer. And I got a video short I'll make with you guys. Thank you, Copycat. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. That definitely helps my channel. I found out that, what was I saying? My brain's gone today. I found that these prices are actually going to go up a little more. The problem is the stuff that should have been harvested, like all the fires we had, and we can go down a rabbit trail about all the food processing plant fires and all that shit, some of which is very sus. Some was an industrial mistake because they don't have people and they don't have competence. but some of it was shady as shit. And I think we all agree, but fed on superfood, possibly preparedness. Yeah. Thank you. She's got her ninja skills going. Lackluster Friday. When does Lackluster start? I thought Shad started later. He's not on yet, am I? Is he? Because I have no idea. Sus. Okay, so I have a lot of Gen Z, like 20-year-old engineers in my company. So I've become like that. You know that uncle who taught everyone bad shit to do? I've become that uncle to all these young sales engineers. And they were playing that stupid game. Hey, apartment prepper. What do you call it? Among Us. And I love video games. I've played every console since the Coleco and Atari 2600. So, but I thought that game was hysterical. And, you know, people would be like, oh, player number 7 is sus. And I thought that was funny as shit. So now I'm starting to say that to people at work. What's funny, the young guys get me. Some of the older guys are like, what the hell are you talking about, man? I tell them, you got to keep up with the times. Jackson, why are you hiding under me, man? Did the girls kick your ass again, dude? He's like, I don't know. You have chicken up there is what I know. But guys, this is another trick I'm learning. And I kind of learned this recently on the fly to kind of make that purchase. Because shit, if I can spread these out and preserve them, we're looking at, so instead of 8 chicken breasts, I meant to get that off. 8 chicken breasts, I've now got 16 butterfly sections that I can use for a variety of stuff. So, and I've also, that sound you hear in the background is actually, I'm dehydrating those green beans that I bought. So I bought 4 pounds of green beans. I'm dehydrating them. I'm going to stick them in a Mylar bag and see how they do in there. But yeah, there you go. So this is 17 bucks a chicken. It used to be 12 bucks a chicken, right? And now it's 17 because the world is back-assed. And yeah, then I just got to season these puppies a little bit. I've never tried to dehydrate chicken. I don't know if you can do it. I guess if you jerky it, you get a jerky kit and you can soak it and then dehydrate it. I think you can. I have not attempted that. So I'm actually, that's a bit too much there. That's fine. What I do is just give it a little bit of seasoning. That smells really good. It smells like Italian food, this little particular mix. By the way, for those of you who are trying to reduce salt, and I always use this stuff because it just tastes good, the Mrs. Dash. Okay, Sherry said, yes, you can dehydrate chicken. Do you have to make it jerky, Sherry? Because I didn't know if that was required or not. So, and now I've already pre-cooked a bunch of chicken with goat cheese and a Italian, kind of an Italian dish Sassy came up with. And we froze them. So now that's already pre-cooked chicken. This is going to be raw chicken. So I got to remember to label the raw chicken raw and the cooked chicken cooked because I got both in the freezer. Although once you thaw them, you should be able to tell pretty quick that something's cooked or not cooked. All right, so I'm going to let those be happy here for a second. And by the way, I'm more worried about salmonella or food poisoning than the Rona any day of the week. So I will, you'll see me wash my hands frequently because I had a buddy who wasn't washing his hands and he mixed proteins and he absolutely kicked his own ass. Point and laugh. Actually, no, the doctors told me stop eating garbage, basically. But it would probably behoove me to point and laugh. That sounds like something my brother would say. He would go, ha, ha. And he'd do it to me in person. Like he'll FaceTime me. And I'll be like, what's wrong? He said, ha ha, you're a douche, and then hang up. And I'm like, my brother's drinking again. But um, Joe, yeah, Joe'd fit well with our family. Do you have a delivery service? Not yet. That would be an interesting idea, though, wouldn't it? Roaming food service. Oops, sorry, I got everything hung up here. So as you can see, I got my handy dandy dehydrator over here. And by the way, for those of you who are wondering who the Corgi's kick ass, that's him. That's a Papillon. And that's actually a goat herding dog. He used to pick on Potato over here, but now she weighs 30 pounds and he weighs 12. So she just beats his ass. Oh, I know, Joe. Joe, actually, the other day you didn't make smart ass remarks, and I got worried about you because I was like, shit, I think Joe's sick. Something's happened. Hey, big champ, what's going on? Yuck, always wash hands. Yes. So anyway, my buddy got pretty doggone sick, which was his own stupid, because he got in a rush. Yeah, salmonella is no joke. Her Majesty would love those corgis. Actually, these are, for all the jokes I make about these little dogs, these are probably two of the smartest and sweetest little animals I've had. They're super smart. They're very friendly, but they're also very smart. Do you have a dog to herd your herd of dogs? Actually, the dogs herd each other and then they fight. Soon Charles will be the queen. Yeah, that would absolutely mess you up. Charles will be the queen. That's funny, actually. He'd be an ugly ass queen, by the way. Just saying. I mean, I don't have a beef with it's Charles, but yeah, that's not a handsome man. That one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch to start bagging these puppies. So probably I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put everything so you guys can see what I'm doing and I'm not running across the kitchen all the time. Let's see. I don't have a plug there, so I guess that it is what it is. So definitely remember to label your stuff. And what's today's date? Also, make sure you put a date on these puppies. And I print everything because my handwriting is shit to begin with. You think doctors are bad? See operations engineers, just like hieroglyphs. I guess that's good enough. Chicken breast. We'll figure it out. So, just out of curiosity, do you guys, have any of you, not pissed off the machine. Have you guys, any of you guys have not seen a food saver? Hey, Lucky. What you soon? What? A white heart? What? YouTube is so weird. What you soon? Yeah, no, they asked if we wanted breeding rights, and we're like, no, we just want companion potatoes, which is basically what we have. Although I'll tell you what, the younger corgi will herd birds, and she's almost snapped a white one out of the ear the other day. I don't know what she was going to do with it, but it was probably going to be bad for the bird. Hey, Vision, how are you? So Lucky, today is I'm just doing food preps and leaving the chat open so everyone can kind of go back and forth and say hi. We've actually already learned a few things in here. So because I don't want to get raw chicken all over my hands again, I'm going to switch to this hoo-ha and we'll go from here. So take two of these. Hey, Lucky, the chicken at Sam's is... well, that bag's way too big, but that's fine. I'm not going to waste it. The chicken at Sam's here in Texas is on some kind of weird sale, which sadly is double what it was before. So yeah, because it used to be what, $1.99 a pound for chicken breasts, and now it's $3.49, but it was $4.50. So I use my vacuum sealer 2 to 3 times a week. Oh no. Yeah, no worries, Magic. So I don't think I needed that much bag. So see, and I cut more plastic than I intended to because normally it's the whole chicken breast. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this camera, so bear with me. It's going to get a little exciting here while I finagle all this fun. Get all hung up here. Hold on a second, folks. Okay. So now we should be looking at Food Saver. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I missed that. I got $3.49 and I thought that was good. Well, not good as in general, good as the way it compared to everything else going on right now is pretty good. So Lucky, I don't know if you have how many people you guys cook for, but I found that these HEB chicken breasts are massive and we don't finish them. So I'm butterflying these. So instead of 8 chicken breasts, I have 16 butterfly parts. So for those of you who've not seen a Food Saver before, I'm going to do a quick, I have some videos out there, but I'll do a quick demo. So I have it on moist, even though this isn't really a moist meal. So seal is when you seal the bottom of the bag. Once you're ready, you actually just pop it in here. You kind of make sure the 2 edges are together, and you kind of feel it click in there. And that's it. It just sucks up the. Now this machine, sorry, that machine normally goes for $250. I got it for $110 because someone screwed up. Yeah, it's a vac sealer thing. What did he say? She was being a smartass. That's okay then. What the hell is that? A slot machine? It does look like a slot. I'm looking at the screen now with the lid up and everything. Really? Okay, so this batch was HEB, but the is where I got it. But I thought Sam's had them on sale. I'd already bought these. That's all right. Hey, good afternoon. Wait, somebody said good afternoon. Hey, off the wall, what's going on? Okay, if it's in Texas, you should have. Well, Joe, when I do this, it does save a little money, but I'm eating chicken that I sealed like this from mid of 2020, and I open it up, it's sealed, and it's still good. I found the Ziplocs are good, but they don't do the same job these bags do. Every now and then I'll get one that fails, like a seal didn't take, and I'll get frostbitten, and I have to check it because you can smell the chicken's not boiling. But yeah, this one's the one with the little holder. So you just take your little, measure out your bag, and boom, there's a little cutter. To seal it, you hit seal, and you pop your little thing in the bottom there, and it does, machine things. Well, actually, off the wall over here, I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm going to unplug something if I pull further, but there's a frozen green beans are being dehydrated over there. So that's kind of my baby prep for the week. I wanted to add a little bit of meat storage and a little bit of veggie storage. Last week was, my part of Dallas doesn't have it. Really? I thought there were HEBs all over Dallas. That's super bizarre. So I'm glad you mentioned that because the company was telling me my next transfer may be to Dallas. So I'm going to make sure there's an HEB near me. But yeah, guys, this is, I'm going to leave some of the chicken in a Tupperware and I'll cook it tomorrow because I've got, that's good. We have been dehydrating like crazy, really. Yes, it does. Actually, I also discovered, and we were talking about it earlier. I had one random bag of frozen broccoli I dehydrated. The dogs now know this crinkle. This is broccoli and dehydrated green beans are very good treats for a dog, as opposed to giving them people food, because then your puppy may get pancreatitis, and that's ugly. That's not a good way to go when the dogs get that. And usually you lose your dog if they get real bad. Um, my daughter's explained what happens, and she tried to save two different dogs, including a German Shepherd, because somebody gave him the wrong thing, and it was too late. So that's each. A baggie of bun. Well, one warning is oh no, they don't need broccoli. It's a good reward. It's not harmful to the dog, but if they're not used to it, they will fart. And I'm talking that eye tearing, leave the room kind of dog fart. Yeah, and Houston on the Westheimer area has, I guess, the Vietnamese side of town, and there's a lot of good groceries over there. Ontario. Is Ontario on? What we miss plans? Okay, Magic. Magic thinks it looks like a slot machine too. Yeah, this is true. That's kind of weird that it went bad. We bought 2 packs and both. Wow. I would have returned them. I'd have been pissed. I'd be like, this is foul. Y'all sold me garbage. Um, but yeah, this was my micro prep, I guess, my mini prep for the weekend is just get some chicken. It also gave me a chance to test my double camera setup, which did not work very well for those of you who were earlier. Instead, I got feedback from hell, and the dogs freaked out, and we're looking for the intruder. So my potato is now officially unconscious on the floor. And lucky, you know what? Yeah, that's fine. Sure, if you vouch for him, I hadn't seen him, but yeah, one who smelt it dealt it, just me. Well, what's funny is, you said it's a couple of it could be. There's stuff, and that's why I've said before, I think all of us have been saying it. When you buy stuff, look at the product date and check the quality, because truthfully, you don't know how long it's been in transit nowadays. And it could have been in transit for a hot minute, and you got some garbage. But yeah, those chicken breasts were going to waste because they were too large for two. You made 2 breasts for 2 people. So butterflying seems to be the way to do it now. So I love that sound. That's so cool. Oh yeah, the vacuum sealer, one of the best purchases copycat I've ever done. I mean, it's just to me, it's just awesome. So, but yeah, this is a really neat way. Most of this chicken should last 18 months at least. Um, how heavy are the portions of chicken? Oh, that's a good question. Let me look at that label. It was a total of 4.88 pounds, so just under 5 pounds of chicken. So it was 8 breasts, 5 pounds of chicken. Let's see this puppy. But the 8 breasts, I butterflied them because we were eating. We were kind of like forcing it down because they were just really large portions of chicken. And by butterflying them, instead of 8, now I have 16 servings. That the 16 servings. That's a brand new channel, 5 days a week. Current event. Which one is? Okay, I lost the chat here. I'm not a mod. Oh yeah, drop Off the Walls channel. Lucky, are you referring to the ones that are pre-made? Middle of summer here. A deli one night. Wow. So did you guys? I forwarded an. Hey Nate. Hey farmer's son. I saw him. Hey, there he is. Had to order. So did you guys see the? I forwarded or I posted on my community page a video from Economic Ninja. And he's normally like an investment type guy. He touches on prepping, but that's not his normal thing. And I know Alaska Prepper, I know Off the Wall had mentioned, everyone's now suddenly, blaring alarms. But that his last couple of videos were very eye-opening to me from the business perspective, like what companies are seeing. My company called me, my operations guys called me last night, and he said, I got equipment to send to the field. I can't find a driver. So I thought, we'll call the other districts, get a guy from Gulf of Mexico or some other region. And he straight up said, no, you don't understand. I can't get anyone. Like third party, hot shot, rental truck, crew. We can't find a CDL driver, either ours or third party. And he reached out to a competitor because sometimes, for the greater good to try and collaborate. And one of the competitors was like, no, we're in the same boat. We're looking for a driver. If you find one that has room on his truck, let us know. So, yeah, that's not bueno, guys. That's gonna hurt us. Yeah, thanks for doing the math. Actually, that's a really good. Yeah, and if you think about it, 5 pounds of chicken is 5 ounces. That's a good. And you're not wasting much, right? It's enough to be filling for a meal, but you're not really stuffing your face or overdoing the protein, and certainly not throwing things in the trash because you couldn't finish it, because that, like my dad said, throwing good food in the trash is kind of sinful in its own way. So, and what did I do here? How did I wind up with an odd number? Okay, it's like I had 8 divided by 2, should have been 16 parts, and all of a sudden I had an odd number. So let's see, I need to get back to the wagon with. Hey, Hayes Gray, what's going on, brother? My favorite Navy chief, man. I'm glad you popped in today. Yeah. Okay. Did we try? I didn't see Off the Wall Prepper News either. Uh-oh. And that's your news channel, right? Off the Wall? Oh, yeah, that would make me crazy. That's too many. I barely keep up with one with my schedule. Probably would struggle. Okay. Yeah, and I'm on StreamYard, so I can't create new mods. Okay, Loretta got it. Loretta's a rock star. I'm gonna have to send her like a hoodie or something. And actually, I'm working on merch with my daughter because she's doing merch for her store too. So I might actually have some fun stuff. But we wanted something authentic. Who the hell wants a picture of me on a coffee mug? I wanted something fun. So shot glasses. There you go. 15 channels. Tennessee Tactical. Thank you, big chap. Thank you. So yeah. So this is quite a meat haul. You think about it, and it's small enough so it's two slices. So I can pull one if it's just me and Sassy, make some rice and green beans or whatever on the side, and bam, you got a meal. But if I have 4 people, I just pull 2 packs. What I'm doing is I'm freezing with the lowest common denominator. I don't know if that makes sense the way I explained it, but there's always going to be at least 2 of us eating, so that's the amount I freeze in any given bag. I'm stupid. I put chicken in and I didn't put any writing on it, so. So I don't know, did any of you guys hear, well, the market's down. Somebody said it was 500 points, was it? Let's see what the stock market's doing. Oh, that sucks. No, hold on, I got a stupid thing in the way. Let me see. I think I got a video you guys can watch. Well, that's not truthful. Okay. All right, I'll share this one with you folks. Share screen, home tab. So, stock market news. Stocks head for weekly losses after inflation soars by most since 1981. All right, those of you who are my generation or older, can you refresh me? But that was right at the front end of the Saudi oil embargo, right? Because that's really not good. That's a lot of pressure on the market right now. Who's this? Oh, he's talking. Hold on, I'll put this on so we can all listen.
Is actually some cooling of consumer spending dynamics that's unlikely to happen before the end of the summer. We still expect a fairly strong travel season, as we've been talking about. We continue to see strong reservations for hotels, for airfares, and that's likely to continue to put upward pressure on service sector inflation.
Long road ahead, Greg Dacco. Really appreciate you being here. Enjoy the weekend, sir. Thanks for your analysis.
You too.
All right, coming up, a retail sector under a lot of pressure. It's not just about the supply chain. We'll have a closer look at the headwinds facing the entire industry.
Oh, I thought that guy was passed out on the floor.
This is Yahoo Finance.
Well, that's cheerful. All right, so yeah, the market looks like crap right now. That's not good. So yeah, I mean, folks, get those little things done. And again, the veggies, even if all you can do is dehydrate the veggies, that was a $4 baby prep right there. So crypto getting slaughtered. Hey, Klingon. Hey, Hayes Gray, do they still have Piggly Wiggly out there? Yeah, that's fine. If someone can find that link. I do, but my air fryer is small. It's one of those little ones because it's just 2 of us. I was going to get the big puffy one, but oh, and guys, don't forget to get things like oils. I won't be cooking anything today, but just something to think about, and spices and stuff like that. I don't know what this is. Oh, I got this for free. That was one of the HEB sales. You buy whatever widget and you get free spices. So I figured that was a good idea. So yeah, guys, this is I've been doing this now. I got this machine maybe beginning of 2020, before the Rona really hit, and this has really been awesome because I'll eat stuff almost 2 years later and it's still good. You know, if you visually inspect it and the chicken doesn't look all messed up, you're probably golden. So yeah. So I actually combo loco. That is a color drop. That was a combo loco. The other one. They have combo locos on one side, and then they have the I don't know, the special something or other. They have like these two little things. What is there we go. I keep forgetting the date because my brain is gone. But yeah, folks, just you know, if you're on a budget like we all are, do little things. So this was my objective for this weekend, was to. Did you find Ontario? Thank you, Klingon. I'll make sure. I'll double check. I thought I was subbed, but I could be wrong. My potatoes passed out now on the floor. So this is my brave guard dog. Let me see if I can rotate y'all. There she is. So by the way, that little thing with short legs can do 22 miles an hour. We had a neighbor has farm corgis with a radar gun, and they were clocking his little butt at 22 miles an hour. Run on Lucky Strikes, Monster Energy, and hatred for my fellow man. Lost half my crypto. Ouch. Yeah, the cryptos have taken a pretty good hit, which makes me wonder, if cryptos are volatile, why do we want to go to a national crypto? You know, or they get hacked. Oops, sorry about that, folks. Hey, and friends, don't forget, when you're done handling the raw proteins, definitely wipe down the kitchen. You don't want to go and prepare another meal and you wind up all messed up. So, okay, that kind of concludes that, because we're not going to watch the. Let me get my stool over here. Hold on a second, folks. So, yeah, so all this. But you think about it, if you go out to eat, and even if you get something simple like a chicken sandwich or chicken lunch, how long can you freeze each one? Amigo, I've actually frozen them, and as of like a week ago, I pulled out some chicken that was frozen like this from middle of 2020, so almost 2 years. I opened it, I inspected it, it had no frostbite, nothing. We cooked it, nobody got sick. They say 2 years to 30 months as long as it maintains frozen. But I also use the food saver for some other stuff. Don't vacuum seal like toiletries in a small go bag. I'll put them, but watch the toothpaste, because I vacuum sealed one and the toothpaste tube exploded and it just went, and I basically threw everything in there out because it was just a mess. Budget has been whacked by inflation. Gazprom made me more prudent when tempted to. Hey, Lucky's on the laptop. Now she can see. Actually, Joe, they have a. Oh, and that's, by the way, everyone, Patriot Sandwich Maker is the original sandwich. That was Lucky's original channel. So, yeah. Oh, I detonated the toothpaste like I was, and I'm like, I should have thought of that. How stupid am I? So, but yeah, yeah, the bags can be a little pricey. But the way I figure it, if I went out to eat somewhere, uh, chicken and rice, something basic like that, it's going to run me $20 anywhere I go. All of this was $20 all in. So I'm going to stick them in the fridge, the freezer here. Hey, be gone. I need to walk through the front. Let's see what this is. I ran one off, the other one snorted it because she got, an exception has occurred. So, oh, by the way, for those of you who do have dogs, take pumpkin puree and you put it in an ice cube mold and freeze it, and the pumpkin becomes little pumpkin treats. These got frostbitten. I don't know if they're still good now, but they're not only yummy for dogs, but if your dog gets the runs or the vomits, it's like Pepto for dogs. It settles the stomach. It's been very effective when one of the dogs gets sick. And we sometimes prep for ourselves, but then I'm gonna kick your ass over. You heard that? For the record, I have no idea what they're barking at. Come here, fool. Come here, Jax. Jax, kill him. All right, so now he's in solitary, so that should stop that nonsense. He's so stupid. He pissed everyone off, and then all the dogs kicked his ass. So I don't know what that is. Gotta go. Hubby's home, and I'm off to work. All right, Miss Prepper, be good, be safe, be careful. Go make a beer run. That's a completely legitimate reason to get offline and go take care of that. Beer is always a good thing. Yeah, and copycat, if they get the throw-ups or the runs, we've had, the dogs get into people food if you drop it, and then they get the squirts, or they eat God knows what in the yard. Having a stash of those little niblets is really, really great. And let's see. Well, that's about it. By the way, I'm gonna share a lesson learned. So I inadvertently, while I was messing with something else in the garage, I'm gonna kennel her too. Hey, Potato, go to bed. Go to bed. I'm gonna kick your butt. Go, shoot. Knucklehead. I inadvertently kicked the power strip that had my stand-up freezer in it, and I turned it off. And I realized this morning that the freezer was not online. I got a bunch of meat in there. And I wound up, it looked like I was evil. My dog is freaking out. Dog is tracking back. Oh yeah. Well, earlier I was playing with the machinery, and they barked while I was trying to test something, and it echoed on my computer, and they freaked out. They were running around. They had ridges on their back and everything. They were ready to kick something's ass. They had no idea what had happened though. But anyway, I had. Yeah, you can. And if you're going to do that, remind me. Oh, it is Game Guard. And I believe they're out of San Antonio, Austin. They're somewhere in Central Texas. And I just saw they came out with new camo patterns. And the King Ranch also did. This was not, I've watched this a bunch. I have several of them, and they were really a nice shirt. I have different colors, obviously. But I unplugged my my stand-up freezer, and I didn't realize it till this morning. So I had to throw a few things out because it was seafood that had thawed, and it was looking funky, so I tossed it. But everything else stayed frozen because I had a bunch of gel packs from stuff I'd ordered in between different products. So not only did I have the frozen food, I had all these gel packs kind of sitting in there for road trips. and it actually kept the temperature to where I might have lost maybe 10% of what was in there. I could have lost a hell of a lot more. So just something to think about. HEB was giving these away for free at one point in the fish section. They just had them in a box, and I was like, can I take those? Can I buy them? And they're like, no, you can have them. So I took, took about a dozen of them. And Game Guard, I'll see if I can, let me see if I can find the link. Game Guard. I think, hold on, I think this is, I'm not sure if, hang on. Something I want to be done. Let's see if I can put it in here. No, that's not right. I was trying to put that, and I put the link for the show. Hold on a second here. I'm gonna make this go away. There we go. All right. Let's see if I can do that again. It's just a mess of a website. But yeah, Game Guard Outdoors. Sorry, Lucky. Yeah, I know. It should, the newer ones or the more fancy ones have it. I got this one on sale a couple of years ago, and it doesn't have the one that goes bing, 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 and it makes a pain of itself. No, I should though. Maybe I can find the separate one. I'm not sure, but that was a good lesson. Farmer's son, help us. Forget cigarettes. Imagine when they run out of psychological meds, and not the ones like the stuff that kind of calms you down. I'm talking about the people who start hearing, seeing chupacabras because they didn't take their pill and shit. That would be fucking awful. So let me move this computer a little closer to me since I'm kind of done with the, oh no, I'm not done because I need to write down. By the way, for those of you who are where you can own pews, since we're out of hunting season, the ARs and stuff went up in price because of all the drama recently, but the handguns, shotguns, and rifles, the old school stuff, is going on sale in several places. So keep an eye out if you're in the market for a pew of any type. Hey, have a great evening, Vision. Thank you. And you keep prepping too. Be careful. Southwest Idaho. I'm worried about the ones the schizophrenic, yeah, they tend to hurt themselves. I'm worried more about, well, they can do damage too, but because I've had experience with that, but I'm worried about the ones with psychosocial disorders, the ones that become violent. Because we've got Rougarous here in Louisiana. I think they're cousins, man. They probably all go out and drink and laugh about the people they scared. Rougarou is there are two phrases for it. One is loup-garou, the other one's rougarou. It's basically like a bayou werewolf. Although there is one version that's actually a gator, like a man gator. Like that character from Ninja Turtles, he's a gator, but he's in the human form with a gator head and he runs around. And they would scare the shit out of kids with that. Yes, Farmer's Son. Grow up, folks. I saw Chupacabra being walked by Elvis. Childish. Yeah, the chats normally become kind of childish halfway through what we're doing. But yeah, folks, there were pews. I promised Joe next week I'm going to premiere a video on the HK416. I got a few other peer reviews that I've yet to complete and post. There's one I'm actually redoing. Mangator. He was in. Well, something like that. There was a Mangator. That's right. It was the one that was sucking the guards into his little bayou in the prison, and then they had to taser him to get him out. But yeah, there's the stock market looks like shit, y'all. I just I had some cash where I could kill some debt I had lingering out there, so I decided to kill that or make it to where it's negligible. Economic Ninja, if you hadn't seen those last 3 videos, because I went further back and a lot of his stuff is like, oh, invest in this, and, you know, percentage dividend and all that. These last 3, when you have the economic channels, hardcore talking about being prepared, like literally saying, you may want to take $50 a month, don't put it in the market or your 401, put it in food. That's scary. Yeah. So I actually did the math. Like, say you owe, I don't know, say 10 grand. I didn't know 10 grand, but say you owe 10 grand on a card at 18% interest rate. You know, that's a lot of money. If you can kill it in 3 years versus 20 years, like if you paid the minimums, it would take you 15, 20 years to get rid of it. And oh, wow. So the new werewolf. Oh yeah, I saw that werewolf guy in what was it, New Mexico, or was it Amarillo? UAO, they called it, an unknown Amarillo object. And it looked like a werewolf. I don't know if I can find it. That would be funny to look at. For those of you who have not seen it. Oh, yes, that's not what I need. Amarillo Chupacabra. Yeah, so this one came up. That's weird as shit, this picture. Hold on a second. And it could be just a dude in a costume, right? Like people get bored and they're like, I'm going to go and I'm going to go scare the shit out of people and get myself. So mysterious unidentified Amarillo object caught on camera near a zoo. You know, it could be like some homeless guy with, bless it. Nobody wants to see the NBA. They can kiss my ass. Pendejos. Yeah, that's the Amarillo Chupacabra. Tell me that's not creepy as shit. Yeah. Yeah. Well, look at what happened in Portland, right? And we're not talking about, you know, pot. Most people I've dealt with on pot when I was bouncing in college, they were more dangerous to others out of stupidity. Like they were falling downstairs. They were like, ugh, and then they did dumb shit. I'm rarely violent. The heroin, the opiates folks, they just go become like, they don't even zombify. They just go into la la land. Again, typically a danger to themselves and their circle more than like the general public. But the meth heads and the damn bath salts, holy shit. That's some scary. Looks furry. Yeah, it does look furry. It could be. It could be some knucklehead in a suit. Yeah, so there are 2 types of chupacabras I've seen. Not me personally, just the depiction of them. Let me see if I can. Because in Puerto Rico, it was different than than in Mexico, right? Because Puerto Rico is where it started. Let me see if I can, since now we're going to have a chupacabra discussion because that's more fun. So in Mexico, it's kind of something like that guy, like some kind of like evil dog, bat, werewolf thing, kind of like a rugaru or lupgaru. But then in Puerto Rico, it was supposed to be like a flying lizard, like some kind of little gargoyle that would come around and cause mischief. So I don't know. I guess you can pick your chupacabra. Oh, imagine that. That's interesting. You would think like you have anything over an iPhone 7, you're going to get a really good picture out of it. Yeah, the dog guy looks cool. Like that's going to be bad. The tweakers, and they get belligerent. They're violent as shit. There was a funny. Oh, there. I saw this the other day. I almost died. Don't eat me, chupacabra. Yeah. So we're having a major issue in West Texas with the meth and the fentanyl. But yeah. See, and I know where I know where Hayes Gray lives. That's that's um that's proximity to New Orleans, and we all saw the shit show it became after Katrina. Um, yeah, I've been talking about a lot about. I'm going to switch cameras here, y'all, so I'm not like trying to look at two places at once. I feel like a gecko trying to like do two eyes like this. So, can y'all see me? There we go. But yeah, there's been a lot of speed is fine after about 3 no sleep. That's where the shadow monsters come out. Yeah. And think about, so let's talk about that. There are millions of people addicted to meds, and a lot of them will just straight up die because you think about what happens when they go on a withdrawal. They go into seizures, they pass out, they run themselves unconscious. Um, it's a lot of them will just keel over and die. But the ones that can lash out, geez, they're going to do and they're going to do harm to people. Like they're going to go out and hurt the shit out of folks. And I get, they want to stop. Thank you, Yardbird. I try. Sometimes I lose the chat. I probably got a work call somewhere that I've missed, but yeah, there is a major. Yeah, I've heard about that. And then they get that little meth, like little they get those little meth sores. Let me see. There was a. Let me see if I can find it. There was something I thought was really. All right, I'm going to share this real quick. Oh, no. Let me, oh, hold on. I'm going to share this with you guys. Let's see. All of the local addicts. Oh, and that must piss you off. Tweakers here, but it's a. Oh yeah, I think it would give a lot of healthy young people a heart attack. I mean, we've had basketball and football, high school and college candidates who are going to go pro, and they'll wind up. Um, yeah. Now my fear is in the first 24 hours it'll be the freaking purge, right? They're gonna start running at each other. Let me share this with you guys because this I thought was an interesting video. I'd seen it before. I had to find it. By the way, this wasn't the original purpose of the video, but it's definitely an important topic. That's like a year. Holy shoot. That's 6 years. The music's super loud. That's those sores from the picking. Well, it would certainly clear up the streets, buddy, that's for sure. I mean, this isn't a long period of time. I wonder if she had a stroke this one. So you figure when they first got picked up, they probably were already using for a while. Hey, Jeep. So my age, 1 box of Twinkle Suns. Yeah, no kidding. Well, like you guys know, I wound up in the hospital this last week, purely from overheat and dehydration at an event, which was just stupid of me because I knew better. I drank water, but I didn't drink the electrolytes, which was dumb. But yeah, I mean, if you're not in good shape, or if you have an underlying condition, also as people get more stressed out, they're going to turn to those kind of drug wars first, food war comes second. Yeah, well, they may come simultaneously. Kentucky. Yeah, drugs are bad. Okay. Yeah, did they get more aggressive over there? Gee. Okay. That's so gross. Claiming on. Well, again, yeah, Joe. If you're using it like an asshat, yeah, you're gonna ruin yourself. And it can go downhill super, super quick, y'all. But yeah, it's that's something. Again, you do the things like those of you who came in earlier. I was doing I was food saving the chicken with dehydrating veggies behind me. But as I'm watching economic folks now. Yeah. But you're gonna see a lot of that violence. And don't take this as being chauvinistic or whatever, feminist or whatever, but I've often seen, at least during Harvey, when things get ugly or things get difficult, like the Christmas during the Rona, or women were targeted disproportionately versus men, although there were plenty of men got beat up and shot and stabbed and whatnot at the malls. If we have a major issue with food, they're not going to come for a guy like me, right? I mean, I'm not, I'm ugly, I'm big. They'll be like, that guy's going to suck. He probably has like a crowbar under his seat or something, or a gun, will run us over with this truck. No, they're going to go for the mom who's trying to stuff her kids in the van while she's trying to get the groceries and her purse. And it says people get the jab. And they got a jab, all right, but not that jab. That jab would have just made them stupid. That shit made them into. I think the violence is needed. Yeah, no, absolutely off the wall. And the soft targets usually, sadly, will often involve families and children. They're not going to go after individuals who they think will run. They don't want to run. They don't want to chase you. They don't want to fight. The last thing they want to do is, like the guys in Boston these two little tweakers grabbed a 70-year-old Korean War vet. And he used to be, the old man was a boxer. He still hangs out at the gym with the young guys, boxing with them, just training. And he smacked the shit out of these guys. I couldn't find the video. But every now and then they grab like some old man who's like, boy, I've seen scarier than you, and just and they throw fists. But start digging a hole. Actually, yes, I could see that as well. Yeah, they did. They got their ass kicked. I've seen that a few times. They'll grab some. They make this epic mistake of going to the old man with like the Vietnam veteran hat or the Korean War hat. And that's when rifles were made of wood and iron, and like they weighed 20 freaking pounds. A BAR weighs 20 pounds, right? They're not afraid of you. They're gonna throw fists with you, and if they get a hold of you, forget it, because they're probably strong as shit. Okay, bueno, I will do it. Yeah, we've had that. We've actually had some break-ins even in the middle of the country. Out here, it's dangerous because you open a door and two Great Pyrenees come out and you're fucked. Like that can. Besa mi culo. Nice. Off the wall, practicing the Spanish. Incident early Rona with a loudmouth woman and her 3 older kids. No, they won't care. And no, out here, Loretta. Oh wait, sheepdog. I lost track of the chat. No, I'll check it out. Yeah, Milkmaid, go ahead and drop the link. Podcast guide. Yeah. And shoot, during Harvey, one of my NCOs, we were at the field hospital outside of Bush Airport, and he went home and never came back. So we got worried. He's an older guy too. He's in his 60s, and we called and found out that we were doing shift rotations because the local guardsmen would go home at night since we were in the affected area. And while he was helping us, his wife was a nurse, so she was at the hospital. She's a retired nurse, but they called her because they needed help. And they kicked in the back window of his house. And if it wasn't for his neighbor, who was at home with his little kids, came out with an old school 12 gauge and ran them, he locked and loaded, and he yelled at them and told them, "You better get out, I'm going to shoot your ass," and they ran away. He didn't chase them, which was fine. He had his kids at home. He just wanted them away. But they called the law. The law took 20 minutes to get there, and the cops felt bad. The guardsman walks up, and it was his house. And they're like, "Man, we got here as fast as we could. We got people drowning. Somebody was driving in the water and went into a bayou because they couldn't see. Somebody got electrocuted with a cable they didn't see." It's... See, and that's stupid because you do that shit, right? And you cause a scene because you have your big boys with you, and then you scare the other person, and one of your or more of your sons gets killed. And then they'll be on TV going, "My babies were good people, and these people..." No, your babies were thugs like their mama, and y'all harassed a veteran and his wife and got your ass shot. But you won't see that part, right? You'll see the other shit. God, that irritates me when parents do that. Yeah. No, and I have shot first and then gave a warning. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, if you're running your mouth, and I've told that because Sassy is little, and but she makes up for it with. She used to be a cheer captain, so like when she yells, it's booming. It's like sonic echoes through the house. And somebody said something to her, and she was just raw. You just the volume went out, the blew out eardrums, birds flew away and shit. And it was over something stupid. Like the other person was arguing about a parking spot. And not that you should back down, if someone's talking shit, but there's the point of like diminishing returns. Like, is it worth arguing with an idiot? And I told her, I was like, don't do that. She's like, well, they were wrong. I said, I get that. But if they get out of the car to come at you, and then because there were like, it was a similar situation with some lady driving and some goofballs in the car with her. I'm like, if the guys get out over a parking spot because the woman is stupid and started an argument with you, and then I have to shoot them, guess who's going to go to the grand jury? I will. She said it's self-defense, mandatory. I shot someone, I'm going to a grand jury. There's 10 grand. She goes, I said, right. So wait until it's obvious there's no other choice. It's like, wow, they were coming at you with sticks and shit, and you shot them all. Because then it's kind of, so, but sometimes you get pissed, right? They do. They actually do. Yep. I judo threw someone on the ground in college. And he was a drunk. He was just being a douche. And he was being rude to some of the girls. And we're like, dude, that's not cool. Even the host of the party was like, all right, dude, you got to leave. And he was, getting beer muscles, starting to shove. And he grabbed me. We were in snow, too. And I just shoulder through him, right? It was a really quick judo throw. Bam! And he just planted on his back in the snow, in the grass. So, I mean, he was cushioned. I took all the air out of him. I could hear the air come out of his mouth and his ass at the same time. Like, he legit farted when he hit the ground. I didn't hit him. I was like, dude, and they're like, go home, everyone leave. So the whole party clears out, right? And the dude's like in the grass. But yeah, you judo throw someone into the ground. The earth is big. So like if a person impacts the earth. So yeah, if you haven't taken self-defense, take a self-defense course. You never know, even if you carry, every bullet has a lawyer attached to it, absolutely, or a DA, especially if they want to make a name for themselves. My son calls that the resting angry bitch face. I don't know why he calls it the angry bitch, but he says he'll sit there, he'll be like reading a paper, and people come in and go, dude, are you angry? He's like, no, man, I'm concentrating. Oh, you look pissed. I don't know, maybe it's the military thing that he just gets that word. But that was kind of funny. So I'm going to justify. True, but you don't want to provoke it because at least, so like Florida has a stand your ground law. Texas has a castle doctrine, and they're different. So the stand your ground, if I'm in a Walmart parking lot and you're talking shit to me, I don't have to back down. So we can sit there and escalate. Texas's castle doctrine, they're going to question in the grand jury, could I have retreated? So someone's talking shit to me and I'm like, this is what I think of you, and I walk away and they come after me. Okay, you tried to de-escalate, they pursued you and you defended yourself. But the castle doctrine, and I'm a little rusty on it, but if you're in your vehicle, it's your castle. I mean, where the hell are you going to go? You ran away from the weirdo, you're locked in your car, where are you going to go now? Same in the house. I'm in my house, someone kicks in my door and I grab the kitchen knife and cut him up. Well, where was I going to go? Where am I going to retreat to? I'm sitting in the damn kitchen and he kicked in the door 10 feet from me. That's very different than, well, you were out in the street, you were jogging, whatever, they were running their mouth, you could have walked away. So like what happened with the whole Trayvon Martin and Zimmerman thing, which was a very bizarre thing, but had that happened in Texas, Zimmerman might have gone to jail because the way the law is written, he escalated. He pursued the stupid kid instead of letting the cops get him. He could have retreated, and Trayvon could have retreated. So if Trayvon had killed Zimmerman, he would have gone to jail. So, yeah. Oh no, it was when he pulled the trigger, he was in fear of his life. There's no doubt about it. But the law's different here. Yeah, the burden of proof is on us. But yeah, and sometimes you may just have to. You know what? Sometimes just going no very abruptly, and they get kind of startled. They're like, oh, but. So yeah, it's every state's, yeah, that's true. Every state law is different. So especially if you're traveling like I do, get familiar with your state law. You know, I go from Texas to Oklahoma to Arkansas to Louisiana. The laws are almost identical. But I go to Pennsylvania, they will recognize my carry permit, but the laws are a little different. So and by the way, I've had to go through states I had no idea if it was legal or not. So I actually called DPS. There's state troopers. And I'm like, look, I'm a carry permit holder in Texas. I have to go through your state and spend the night there and then go on to such and such. What can I or not carry? And they'll tell me right there, no, you have reciprocity. You're good. Yeah, at the end of the day, and you know, Yardbirds, there's something to be said for that because New Mexico's law, if you're open carrying, then everyone knows what everyone has, right? There's no secret squirrel shit going on. You're walking down, you got a holster, everyone sees it. And it's like, okay, well, he has a pistol. Yeah. At the end of the day, jinx. Somebody has to send the milkmaid a soda. But yeah, ultimately, you're going to have to make a decision. But if you can de-escalate, especially if it's not worth like a parking spot or someone's an idiot. But once you get to that point, you're like, okay, you are now to where I'm going to have to react. Then, you know, I would react thoroughly if necessary, if you get to that point, however you do react. But yeah, South Central U.S. is great to live. Although I do wish they had more rivers out in West Texas, because good Lord, it gets hot and dry out here. But yeah, folks, look, that what I showed earlier in the video, in the chat, was kind of a mini and micro prep. Like I said, I'm picking a different subject each weekend. And I will open carry in certain occasions, but I usually don't. Although I've seen guys on motorcycle will open carry with a full FI rig, but I think that's because they're on a motorcycle, and you can't really conceal carry and be comfortable on a motorcycle. So they'll do the open retention holster on the leg, which actually in that case makes sense. So, you know, you got to take into account your conveyance. How are you getting from A to B? I don't know, big chap. And yet they have all these laws and people still getting shot. So I don't know. There's a lot of stupid going on in the world, and it's all an agenda. It's an election year. It's all fun and games till they lose control of the cart and all the apples spill over and there's shit everywhere, because that's probably what's going on. Yeah, and don't put a long gun in your pants. One, that's creepy, and two, you're gonna pinch something you don't want to pinch. So yeah, I would advise against concealed carrying any kind of long gun. That would be bad. But well, folks, look. So dehydrating, that's going to be another 7 hours, I think. How many hours? 11 hours. Sorry, got a while. Got 11 hours for the dehydrating. There's enough green beans in there. I'll probably put them all in a Mylar bag. By the way, I have those big 1-gallon bags, and it's too much for that. So if I don't have enough product, I'm going to split the Mylar and seal one end and basically make 2 little Mylars out of 1 big one. But yeah, make sure. Yeah, no, make sure. Kentucky brings up a good point. I like to carry concealed as well. I actually got my hands on a VP9, and I got it on a clearance at a chain store, and it was under the price of a Glock 19, which is unheard of to get an HK for the price of a Glock, much less slightly under. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, don't dehydrate yourself. Yeah, that kicked my ass last weekend. Magic, depending on your state, you could go the option of a long gun in your vehicle, and you just have to set it up so it's acceptable, or rather accessible, sorry, to you if you need it. But again, that a long gun in a closed compartment like a car becomes a challenge. But yeah, do those little preps. I got the veggies. I just put the chicken in the freezer. I'm gonna let it freeze, and then I'll go to the chest freezer. I'll pull everything out of the chicken basket because I have baskets for different types of meats and products, and then I'll kind of organize everything again from there. But yeah, I almost lost quite a bit in the freezer, but because I had the frozen gel packs in there, it kept stuff a lot colder. So, internal organs, no, you can rehydrate them. It's like those little toys from when we were kids. You throw them in the water and they go thump, and you get a dinosaur or something. But pop the trunk. So yeah, guys, ladies and gentlemen, just pick your battles with this prepping thing, because you can spend a lot of money, and I mean, if you have that leeway, great. But I'm picking a different subject each weekend, and I'm attacking that. Kind of keeps me a little more organized, because then I'll squirrel, right? As Lucky Dame likes to say, I'll squirrel and I'll see like, oh look, the widget is on sale, and I have to reel myself in, like, no, focus. I came here for like vegetables. Or I came here for canned goods. It helps me keep more on budget. Well, it can't make me more of a shit than I am now. So, but 2A trumps them all. Yeah, but do those little preps. That's city before the border. Do those little preps while you can. It helps you stay on budget. The last economic forecast I heard for the energy sector, what are we? Oil and gas was at 115. Oil price today. I don't know if you guys have seen this page. I think this is a really cool page because it has info. I'll share this with you. Hang on just a second, then I'll. But yeah, I would do the food preps sooner than later because I think it's going to get kind of ugly. But yeah, so West Texas Intermediate cleared 120 today. Brent is at 121. I've never seen these two the same. Brent is an offshore brand of oil out of the English Channel, and West Texas Intermediate. Natural gas, eight. God, fuck, I hadn't seen it that high in a long time. I don't know if I've ever seen it that high. That's crazy. So normally this hovers between $2 and $4. 4 is considered high. So in the winter, this is going to suck. Heating oil again. Louisiana Lights at 123. OPEC is 123. So I'm hearing 150 to 180 gas toward the end of the year. I don't know what that's going to do for us as far as price of gas, but it's going to trickle down. Yeah, and I mean, this says it all right here, right? fresh records, 4.9, $4.90. So yeah, and you want to mix too, Big Chap. So yeah, he's absolutely right. You get the canned goods. You can, most of them, 90% of them, you can just open and eat. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it'll go up. So if you can get stuff now, remember there's kind of a delayed effect, right? So whatever wasn't planted in Russia, Ukraine, whatever other countries, hasn't hit the market yet, right? We're eating shit right now that was harvested last year, maybe December, January, that's now in the market chain. So the supply chain, hey, Heroic, what's going on? The supply chain's disruptions we're seeing now are going to hit us months from now. So again, get that food and whatever the hell else you need. And again, do what I do. I'm picking battles each week, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this, and that's what I'm focused on. And I'll get some canned goods, got the meat. I'm dehydrating the veggies. I'm going to move to the next subject. Hey, Color Drop, thank you. So y'all stay busy and be careful out there, right? It's going to be a bit of a ride. Yeah, $1,500 rent. Yeah. When what's all screwed up now hits the supply chain on the consumer end, 3-6 months from now, it's going to be ugly. Yeah. No worries, Magic, and thanks. Sorry about all the feedback. The multiple camera angles in the kitchen did not work as planned, so I gotta figure that one out. But yeah, try to find with cars with Biden Harris stickers. But yeah, just pick small battles. That's the best thing you can do. Keep on budget. If you can pay down debt, any debt, even big credit card, small credit card, anything that's not a fixed rate, like a mortgage or car. If you can pay off a car, hey, more power to you. Get rid of them, get them out of the way. If you're not in a position to do that, do small preps and try to stay ahead of the curve. And like you saw me do today, I mean, that was 16 meals worth of chicken that has been herbed, seasoned, and stored and will be frozen. And then I'll put them in the big freezer outside in the garage and kind of organize that. So if you can pay ahead on bills, the platform mods stop you. And what's funny, Lucky's a mod, so I don't know how that works. So yeah, just do those small battles, right? I'd be corny saying it, but every large war it consists of a bunch of smaller battles. So win the battles you can now with what you have on hand, and get some ideas. But folks, the Google mods got lucky. Oh, that sucks. Well, folks, we're at almost over an hour and a half. God, time flies when you're storing food. So, folks, I'm going to call it here. But you guys be good, be safe. Again, this was a completely off schedule live, so thanks for dealing with me in the earlier technical difficulties as I played with all that stuff. But you guys take care of yourselves, and this weekend do the things you need to do. Pick small battles and stay on budget. It'll be worse before it gets better, but as long as you guys kind of keep ahead of it, we should get through okay. I'm not worried about people like the ones in the chat. I'm worried about all the other idiots out here. They're the ones who are going to cause problems. So they're the walking dead, not us. So you guys be safe. Have fun going to nice old friend. Healthy smoke. Hey man, you get your quiet time when you can. You guys be good, be safe, and I will see you all later on. So take care.